Hey everybody, this is the John Allen, the voice of Nick Reese in Dragon Ball Super, and Pink Hat Guy in Dragon Ball C. And you should subscribe to Naya Siete on YouTube and all social media platforms. He's here, he's alive, and it's way past his bedtime.
Good afternoon, everyone.
What's up?
Naya Siete here in the house with Erick Scott Kimerer, our special guest for today.
How's it going?
Told my Phenom Warriors that there was going to be a special guest here in this channel, and I wanted to deliver.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. Sure.
Yes, it is an honor.
Well, thank you. So, yeah, we met through wrestling. I guess we should get started with that.
Yeah, we met through wrestling. We trained at the Brian Kendrick School of Pro Wrestling.
Not too far from where we're at right now.
Yeah.
We're almost on location.
Yep.
But yeah, I started with Brian Kendrick's Pro Wrestling a couple of years ago, and we both worked for WPW, his promotion, Wrestling Pro Wrestling, which runs the last Friday of every month out of Burbank. And we've been having a lot of fun with it. Brian is probably one of the best coaches I could imagine. I mean, I haven't taken every coach, so I can't put him at number one, but from experience, he is the best. And I lucked out. There are a lot of classes around here that we could have taken, but the fact that we landed with him, and he's been so humble, so patient, so he explains everything so well.
Definitely does. He definitely does. It's pretty much a blessing in disguise, to be honest.
Yeah, and he's giving up basically his one free day, having his responsibilities with WWE, and then he lives here in California, so his one free day he gives up to train us, and we're very grateful for that.
Indeed,
yeah.
Indeed. And what a small world too, because like I didn't even know you were a voice actor until you told me.
Well, that's the thing. Like I always joke that wrestling fans and anime fans always sat at the same lunch table in high school. Like we were sitting with the jocks. The guys talking about WWE Raw were sitting next to the guys trading Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh yeah, I remember those good old days, man. Good times, good times.
There's a lot of crossover, a lot of storytelling, meshing between them. So I was always a fan of anime, and just recently, like a few years back, I got back into WWE. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, let's watch the Royal Rumble. Let's have some Surge. Let's have a '90s party."
Yeah.
So soon after that, I fell in love again with it. I was always a fan as a child, and then I took Brian's classes probably half a year later. Then.
That's awesome. Man.
Yeah.
Very, very awesome.
And it's storytelling, so I get to be a zany character no matter where I go.
Yeah, and I love all your characters that you do in Wrestling Pro Wrestling.
Thank you.
You always crack me up.
I love your character as well.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You're a great manager and always looking out for your clients. Always,
oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Well, I mean, there's some
tension.
There's some tension going on there, isn't there?
There is, but we'll work things out.
I'm hoping. We'll be keeping an eye. Next Wrestling Pro Wrestling show is going to be on the 26th, the day Avengers comes out, so if any of you got early tickets, come afterwards.
Yep, you could chat with me, or you could chat with him.
Or with any of our other esteemed colleagues, our crazy cast of characters that we've got.
Yep, indeed.
King Desi, Serial Man.
Oh man,
Two-Man Gang.
Two-Man Gang. Pretty awesome team.
It's a great show.
Oh yeah, and then don't forget about Rubber Baby and Leather Daddy.
How can you forget?
Right. Oh man.
They burned into your mind.
They do.
They stay there for forever.
Traumatizing, but
A little bit.
yeah.
I've had to face them once, and I still have the nightmares.
Yeah, I faced them once myself too.
Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, we're both dressed up for our training today. We're
Yup.
both really big wrestling and Dragon Ball Z fans.
Yup.
Yep. And I was explaining to him last week, that's because Dragon Ball Z is wrestling. Let's face facts.
Yep. It truly is.
Yep. It's the heel, the promo, the face, it's the comeback, the heat, the shine. You get everything in Dragon Ball Z that you get in WWE. So
It's very entertaining.
yeah, like I said, huge crossover. And I've been fortunate enough to work on a lot of anime that kind of have that same mentality, that same kind of psychology of storytelling that you see in wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the action shows, a lot of stuff like One Punch Man.
And you started in One Punch Man, correct? Or did one of the voices?
I did one of the voices in One Punch Man. I did Speed of Sound Sonic, the ninja who gets nut punched in there.
wow.
Yeah, that's his most memorable scene. Let's face it.
Still, what a scene to get, you know?
Right? Yeah, exactly. It seems like anytime I work, like I'm working on another show written by the same guy as One Punch Man called Mob Psycho 100 right now. And in the first season of that, I got my head shaved. So it seems like
wow.
anytime I'm on his projects, I get a very embarrassing comeuppance.
Yeah. And then you also had an opportunity to star in Sailor Moon, is that correct?
Yes. I got to be one of the villains in the 4th season, Supers. And I grew up watching Sailor Moon on Toonami. Like, after school, I would hit up, watch Toonami, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Rurouni Kenshin.
The classics, man.
Hamtaro was on there for some reason at one point. But I grew up with Sailor Moon, and I knew there was something different about it because we translate a lot, especially back in the day. We fudged the script a little bit to make it more Americanized. So instead of Usagi, it was Serena.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the names were changed. A lot of the relationships were changed because they couldn't really show a homosexual relationship between two girls on TV back in the time in America. They
I was with Neptune and
Uranus.
So
Yeah.
I was
they were
going to say
cousins
Pluto.
back in the old time. Yes. So now we're going back and we're redubbing everything, and Supers was one of the first shows that I watched. Like that season was the first time I experienced Sailor Moon. Always held a place in my heart, and I got a very, very serendipitous opportunity to play Fisheye, one of the Amazon trio.
Fisheye.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And he was an interesting character because in the original dub, he was played by a woman and portrayed as a woman because he cross-dresses a lot to seduce men. And of course, back then they couldn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm the first male to perform him as a male in this redub, but it's...
I had to speak up here the entire time. He's so bratty. He really is. He's a little brat.
Very brat. Oh, man.
I wonder if I can bring that to wrestling someday.
Yeah, one day, man. You never know. Pro wrestling has bizarre characters.
That would be perfect for it, honestly.
Seriously.
But yeah, we're big Dragon Ball Z fan, of course.
Yeah, who's your favorite character? I'm guessing Vegeta, since you're wearing his Saiyan armor.
Actually, no. I mean, I do love Vegeta. He's great. But my favorite character was always Gohan. Gohan.
Bro.
Yo.
Bro.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, especially during the Cell arc. That was his shining moment. When he had that full power up to Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
That was everything I wanted from that show. That got me hyped like a WrestleMania match or something.
Yep, it was the WrestleMania
It was.
match. The Cell Games was WrestleMania.
Main event.
Dragon Mania, brothers.
We don't talk about the Boo Saga. That was that was a house show.
Yep, truly was, but it was still a good saga.
It was.
Some parts that were great.
Yeah, the Cell Saga was the first saga I watched, and that always has a place in my heart for that.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to do a Gohan gimmick at some point. Like, I'll come out to the song that they played when he was powering up.
Yeah.
And just have like a whole power up.
The Bruce Faulkner version or the Japanese?
The Japanese version.
Yeah, okay.
I forget what it's called. Something power.
I forgot what it was called too. It's not Hikari no Willpower. That's Trunks'.
Yes. I forget, but no, I did like the Bruce Faulkner soundtrack to an extent. He has some good songs in there, but I'm a sucker for the old Japanese tracks.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah.
It's all about the Japanese originals to me.
Oh man, I got the Dragon boxes as well. Like I had to pay a pretty penny for those,
Oh,
and those
wow.
were the DVD sets. Were like the only DVD sets you could find that have them in the original 4:3 aspect ratio with the Japanese audio tracks on top of the English dub. It's like the only one you can. And now they're doing all the Blu-rays where they're stretching it, and yeah, I'm very happy I have that. But it's no longer in print, and I'm sure it's worth $1,000 by
Oh,
now.
I bet. Now, here's a question, too. I'm not sure if you know the answer to it, but do
Okay.
you know why? Because back in the day, Dragon Ball Z was released with the English dub, the Spanish dub, and the Japanese dub, but then they cut off the Spanish entirely afterwards. Do you know the reason why on that?
I actually don't. I'm not familiar with that because I know the English dub had its own changing of hands a lot. We had, I mean, Funimation has been the key for it for a long time, but before we had a Canadian dub version of it, and we had like the first 13 or 20 episodes were dubbed with a different cast at one point.
That's true. The Ocean dub.
The Ocean dub,
correct.
yes. So it's gone through a number of iterations. I don't know what the Spanish dub was all about because they missed an opportunity for one of the greatest cultural phenomenons of all time.
Yeah, I heard that they changed a lot of the Spanish voice actors as well, so maybe that's
Okay.
probably one of the reasons.
I want to see like a Power Rangers meetup with like every Goku voice actor that's ever
man.
been.
That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh, there's your Avengers. There's your Avengers crossover.
Right? Oh, man. And you also did voice acting for the cartoon Maggie, I believe?
Magi, yes. Oh, it should be pronounced Magi. but-
Magi.
No,
Okay.
but, it's Magi in how we've done it, and yeah, that was one of the first shows I worked on actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was one of my first big ones. Funny thing about that, the character I did for Magi, Alibaba, his original Japanese voice actor is Yuki Kaji, and I was doing another one of his roles just before then in Excel World for Haruyuki. It's the sister show to Sword Art Online, written by the same person. And the final session, I'm in for Excel World. I get the text saying, "Hey, you're in for Magi. Your cast is Alibaba." It's like, oh, cool. So I'm going to do another Yuki Kaji. Since then, I've done 6 of his roles.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great opportunity.
It is. I love his work.
And then I see that you've done Gundam 2 Full-Blooded Orphans. You were the voice of Biscuit Griffin, I believe.
Blood Orphans was a dream come true. Because, again, Gundam was another Toonami show that I'm sure you remember Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the Gundam franchise. That was a great opportunity. I had so much fun with it, but I remember going in, I looked at the cast, or I looked at the character design for him.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so he's the fat friendly technician in a Gundam series. Okay, I looked at the producer. How many episodes do I last?
That's hilarious, man.
He laughed and wouldn't
He
give me an
laughed
answer.
too.
He would not
Give you an answer.
But yeah, and then I got to do another Gundam show, Build Divers.
Build Divers.
Yes, and that's kind of a Sword Art Online type of Gundam show where kids build their model Gundams and then get to use them in a video game, a virtual reality video game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it just came out, so if you guys can check it out, it's on YouTube for free. So,
There
Gundam
you
Build
go.
Divers, yeah.
You heard it from the man right here.
Gundam.info.
And then you also done Savvy Deadly Sins.
That was a blast. That's a Netflix original show, and
Oh, wow.
I got to play another very high-pitched character, another very effeminate character.
Oh, yeah.
That's a trend that I need to question, maybe. Go to the casting director. It's like, so I can do deeper voices, right?
Yeah.
But no, he was the character in there. Gother is one of the 7 deadly sins, and a character that doesn't understand human interaction really, kind of a doll, a homunculus. So he reads and tries to understand humanity through that. But he is just so literal, so straight-laced, so deadpan, and just the driest humor, and that's my kind of humor. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
We got we just did the 2nd season, and I think they announced a project coming out in fall in Japan, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get a hold of that one soon.
Yeah, hopefully, man. I hope you do get that opportunity.
Thank you.
And many others as well. You just told me, too, you got another opportunity for another Gundam series. That's correct?
Well, yeah, that one, Gundam Build Divers, and then we're working on Mob Psycho Season 2 now, and One Punch Man Season 2 is airing in Japan, and of course we, as actors, don't know what's going on with production until we're actually in the booth, until they're like, hey, get in here to do your voice funky thing.
Yeah.
But hopefully we will be able to get to that soon. I just don't know if they've announced if it's going to be done yet or not.
And hopefully those that are watching right here are being entertained.
Yeah.
And remember, folks, if we could get over 500 followers, one of those 500 followers will win a physical copy of Dragon Ball Heroes.
Dang.
Right?
On the Switch.
What a deal, right?
Yeah. I need to pick that up sometime.
Yep.
I've got Xenoverse on the Switch.
Oh man, how is that on the Switch, man?
Oh, it's so much fun. I love the system. Just like being able to pick it up and do these little small battles. And Xenoverse is built for that. You can just pop into a quick battle or a quick raid, and then you're in the home world and just turn it off and sit there.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I gotta pick it up for the Switch. I have
It's
for
great.
the Xbox and the PlayStation.
I played mostly on PC when it was out, but Switch is great.
Oh yeah, man. Switch is an amazing game.
Got a lot of good games, especially in the anime realm, coming out for it, and I think my friends just finished working on the Kill la Kill video game, so that's going to be dubbed into English. Very rare for an anime video games. Check that out if you guys can.
Oh yeah, and then you were telling me too that one of your friends does the voice acting for Smash Brothers.
Yes,
is that correct?
yes. Actually, he and I are both from Seattle. Xander Mobus. He's actually my neighbor. He lives just literally 2 doors down from me. And he started as the announcer in Smash, the guy going, Pikachu, Barth. He does all those, and he also does the voice of Joker in Persona 5, which was just released today as we're recording this.
Yeah, which I'm gonna have to play later tonight after I'm done training
I still haven't even
people.
touched Piranha Plant yet, and I heard he's so derpy.
I haven't even touched Piranha Plant either, man. I just been messing out with Simon.
Yeah, my big guy is Incineroar. You gotta give me that big grappling wrestler guy.
Yeah.
I was always playing him. I annoy my friends so much. It's like, Incineroar,
Incineroar. Ooh yeah, brother. Roar. Roar, roar, roar.
But I might have to give Joker a try. And now he gets to play 2 characters in Smash Brothers, and I just wanna beat his face in for that.
So congratulations to him.
Yes, absolutely.
Doing another voice.
He's living a dream, and he does a great job in both roles.
Oh yeah. What great opportunities you guys have.
We get to live out childhood fantasies. I mean, that's basically why I'm voice acting, why I'm wrestling, why I'm doing anything that I'm doing. I'm trying to make my younger self as jealous as goddamn possible.
There you go. Go. So, how was it that you got into voice acting in the beginning?
Actually, I was living in Seattle at the time and got a newsletter about a Japanese voice actress who moved to Seattle and was looking to teach up there. And she taught us the Japanese method of dubbing anime, which I can't go into now, but it is very different than the American method. Kind of like how we do our cartoons here, not our anime, but she trained us in that method. So I like to say, I've learned the ancient Japanese secrets of.
There we go.
And after a while, I learned that I just kind of wanted to do that as a career. I was kind of doing it as fun. Seattle wasn't the best hub for that thing, despite the fact we have like the Nintendo and Bungie and everything up there.
Yeah.
So graduated from college, moved down here immediately. I had a couple of connections through online voiceover forums and other kind of communications, and built a career after that. I've had some pretty good success, I can honestly say. Some really fun roles, and I can't imagine myself doing anything different, and I'm just so happy that I'm able to do this. I'm so grateful that...
Yeah, and not only that, but you landed into the professional wrestling business as well, and that's where we met.
Yep, exactly. And that was, like I said, that was kind of a bank off of this. Professional wrestling is very much the entertainment industry as much as voiceover is. So when I entered in, I was learning to swim in a new current, but it was still swimming. It was still, okay, so you have to put yourself out there to promoters and bookers, you have to create a brand for yourself, you have to set yourself apart, you have to learn all these techniques and perfect the fundamentals. There's so much technical aspect to it as much as there is emotional aspect, and you have to marry the two. So when I entered into it, it was new muscles to work out, but I was still like, okay, I kind of got at least a sense for how the motion goes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And how was it that you met Brian?
Just through the class, actually. Like I said, I wanted to take a wrestling class after I got back into it. A funny little touch a personal story on that. I just, like, when I first started training with Brian, I just got out of my last relationship a couple of years ago. And that was a devastating toll on me personally. And, you know, some people, when they get out of a relationship, they want to eat ice cream. They want to destroy their body. They want to eat all the carbs and make themselves feel better that way. I was like, you know what? I want to destroy my body, but I'm going to do something productive with it. I'm going to tell a story with it. So throw me in the ring and throw me around like a damn bump monkey. I don't know. I don't care.
Yep.
So I looked around. I looked at a couple of classes. They had Nox Pro, which I was looking heavily into because I lived up in Burbank.
Yeah.
But when I saw Brian Kendrick's opportunity open up, I jumped at that chance.
It doesn't get any better than that.
No.
In my opinion.
Honestly not. I mean, I'm sure I would have gotten a lot of good out of Nox Pro and I would have had just as much fun, but this one fit with my schedule. This one fit with what I was trying to do, and I found it to be a perfect fit.
Yeah, it's funny how we're talking about Nox Pro wrestling too, because I also had the opportunity to go over there.
Yeah.
I have a second cousin that's a wrestler, so.
Oh, cool.
But I wanted to work hard. I didn't want the chances to be just given to me.
Right. Yeah. Definitely, we were cutting our teeth on this.
Yeah.
We're being put through the ringer sometimes. We just did today strikes, which may sound easy, just standing there, pretending to punch people, but it takes a lot out of you.
Good beating though.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling sore.
And last week, we did like blow-up drills, didn't we?
Where I separated my shoulders.
Yeah. Had a nasty incident back then.
Yeah.
And it's usually that's the thing with wrestling. It's the simplest things that will be the most devastating.
Exactly.
I sprained my ankle 3rd week into training, giving an arm drag.
Oh, wow, an arm drag.
Yeah, giving the arm drag.
The arm drag.
And I sprained my ankle. That's a special kind of mess up right there.
Yeah. Jesus.
But yeah, you got to be careful and you got to learn the good fundamentals. You got to get those down pat.
Of course, that's why when they say do not try this at home, they mean do not try this at home. They really do.
Do you have a padded ring with a bit of give? Then don't do anything.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's all wood in there.
Oh my gosh. That thing will punch back. You land on that, you hit the mat will hit back.
Yeah. Very devastating shit.
Yeah.
Anywho.
So, I had a thought. Damn.
Yeah, me too, but I just kind of blanked out. We're just pretty much exhausted from training.
Pretty much, yeah. And guys, if you want to get into wrestling, Santino Brothers Dojo is a good place to start. Brian Kendrick does his classes on Thursdays, and you can sign up for those. There's a monthly fee for it, and then you get a chance to access all the open rings as well. Or, like I said, the Santino Brothers offers different tiered classes for beginner, intermediate,
and advanced,
semi-pro.
And they do private sessions as well, too.
Yep. So if you're interested in wrestling at all, being a wrestler or being a part of the industry is definitely a good place to start.
Exactly.
So you can figure, if wrestling doesn't... I'm 30. I'm not going to be...
No, I'm 30.
Yeah. I'm not going to be making a name for myself on the indies before going to WWE with a preset name. Either I'm going to be sticking with the indies, or I'm going to eventually get to WWE with a brand clean slate. I won't have any kind of clout to my name then. And they can do whatever the hell they want with me then.
Yeah, and didn't you actually work as an extra for WWE?
Actually, not yet. I've been trying to get on that, yeah. I've done a lot of extra work on other things.
Oh, I see.
Before wrestling, but I definitely want to get in on that. That seems like a bucket list item.
Yeah, same here for me
as
well.
Get bumped around by Braun Strowman or something, I don't know.
Yep. All those good people, man.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Well, folks, this might be a short little stream for here tonight because we got other priorities to do,
but it won't be my only
appearance. Yes.
Yeah, I will be back. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah. We'll be talking more about your career, more about wrestling, more about Dragon Ball.
Yep. We'll definitely be, and also let's just plug the next WPW that's coming up.
Oh yes, next week.
Next week, April 26th. It's going to be at the Moose Lodge in Burbank, California. Starting at 8, that's when the doors open. I believe first bell is around 8:30, and you can catch all of the past episodes and the episodes a week later after we perform them on the Twitch channel, on the Facebook channel, on the YouTube channel. Catch up if you can. There's not that many episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You'll be entertained a lot.
Absolutely.
I
It's
guarantee
wrestling
you.
you have never seen before. And yeah, follow me on Twitter, Kimerer, Kimerer. I'm also on Instagram.
Yep.
Follow him.
Naya 7, as it says right there below.
Down there. There it is.
There it is. Just remember to tell your friends and family that he is here and alive and past his bedtime. Because I am truly sleepy right now, too,
yeah.
man. I gotta take a nap, but nope. Gotta go in and enter. But it's a great opportunity that I have. I just love motivating people, and that's what this channel is all about, to motivate others.
I'm glad.
So
Yeah.
I think the last question I kind of want to ask before I end the stream is,
Okay.
how can you get into the voice acting industry? Because I believe a lot of people want to know
Absolutely.
how to get that.
Yeah, so there's a couple of different avenues. I always say first and foremost, the best way to go is take some local theater classes, take some improv classes, because those will be the things that translate most into the booth. You learn timing, presentation, projection, all that kind of good stuff. But there is a website, voiceoverresourceguide.net, and it has a lot of the local workshops that you can take. You can take classes with casting directors, directors, actors, and they'll just be one-offs. You pay a day fee for a 4-hour session with one of these guys. You can go to Voice Actors Network, I think it is. And there's Voice Casting that have these one-off workshops. And yeah, just go from there. Find some places to record a demo and put yourself out there. It's a very self-motivated industry.
Yeah. And you just got to pretty much put in the hard work. Am I correct?
Exactly. And like I said, it's just like wrestling, entertainment industry. You got to be self-motivated. You got to put yourself out there. You got to figure out what you do best and on that.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was a blessing to have you here as my
Thank you.
special guest here in this channel.
It was a lot of
Thank
fun.
you very much. I hope my Phenom Warriors were enjoying it. Told you we were going to have special guests. You never know who's going to appear here in Naya 7's channel. And if you don't know what Naya 7 means, well, let me tell you right now. It means saying backwards. The 7 stands for the 7 Dragon Balls, or the 7 Deadly Sins, or the 7 Chakra Energies. Anywho, folks, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here in the channel.
Thank
We're
you.
going to end the stream right here, right now. This
Thank
might
you,
go
guys.
up on YouTube later on. We got to go. Priorities have to run. Thank you all for watching. May Zano-sama bless you all.